and how they affect the body, Maureen guides the process of improving physical and emotional health. It is my honor to introduce to you our next presenter, my dear colleague, Maureen Gates-Farber. I've had the pleasure of working with Maureen and getting to interview her, and I admire many of her blog posts. So a little bit about Maureen. She is an internationally certified and licensed Heal Your Life coach and workshop teacher. As a certified emotional intelligence practitioner, she has tons of knowledge of emotions and how they affect the body. Maureen guides the process of improving physical and emotional health. She received the Women of Distinction Award from the YWCA for Lethbridge area in 1996, and as a role model for women. She also received the Citizen of the Year in Coaldale, 1999, Alberta, where the head office of the Canadian Organization for Rare Disorders was founded until 2007. So here is Maureen today. Take it away, Maureen.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to present on emotional intelligence and what I understand it to be. It is an honor to be invited and very humbled to be part of the speaker forum, because listening to the ones before me have been so informative and had so much knowledge. So thank you for this. And may I share my screen, please? Can I just go share and it would share? Okay, that's not working. Let me just figure this out.
Is it giving you access to share?
You know what, it does. I just need to, I think I just need to open it up. I'll figure this out. Oh, it's not, no, it's not allowing me to share anything. Yeah.
Are you using PowerPoint?
I am. I can go into share screen and yet my PowerPoint presentation is not there.
Is it on your desktop already, like opened up?
It is open, yes.
If you email it to either, I don't know how big it is, but if you email it to either Olivia or myself, we could.
I've not ever experienced this before. I see Dropbox. This is bizarre. Basic. Oh, there it is. Found it.
Yay.
Yay. We see it. Beautiful. And it's in my colors too.
Thank you. Yes. I'm just going to have to move the. There we go. All right. So my company is Head to Heart. I'm the founder, and my slogan is connecting to your truth, because that is truly what I believe I have done for the last 15 years of my life. And the question is, do you conceal or ignore your emotions and just get on with it? I have asked myself these questions, and I'm sure some of you have too. Why am I sick so much? Isn't there a cure yet? How come I'm tired all the time? Again, that question, do you conceal or ignore your emotions and just get on with it? I used to do that. I discovered that ignoring my emotions caused physical issues in my body. I lived in my left brain for most of my life and based my decisions on logic and linear thinking. Then one day I experienced a bowel perforation. With the support of the medical health profession, I survived. As a result of the bowel perforation, I had a near-death experience and a life-changing event. I had an awakening and a knowing that I could be healed. I had hope and knew that I had a purpose for living. I began to understand the value of connecting to the right brain, my heart, and the emotions that were stuck in my body. I realized that healing is a combination of medical and emotional health care. Do you feel there is more to healing? Most of us carry baggage or emotions, and we are not aware of how to release them. So singing your heart's song allows you to do that in so many ways. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the process of learning the techniques of connecting to and understanding self. The three brains. Did you know we have three brains? The head, the heart, and the gut. The head. When you remain, stay, or focus only in your head or your mind, you miss so much. Your head gives you logic and linear thinking, and that's okay. That's a power. You can use it. Just don't stay stuck there always. Thoughts. When your head hears words or thoughts that are negative, it believes they are true. Such as, I am ugly. The same can be said about positive words or thoughts. I am beautiful. Just say that for a moment. Put that into your thought process. I'm ugly, or I'm not deserving. It believes it, goes, yeah, okay, and I hear it. Or just put in there, I'm beautiful, I'm grounded, I'm okay. Did you know that we have between 40 to 60,000 thoughts per day? And that 95% of them are repeated each day? And 80% of our thoughts are negative. Beliefs. What you think, what you believe, and what you say will come true for you. It will become your reality. Deepak Chopra, I'm going to just get this paper so I can directly quote him and get it correct. Everything that happens in your mind has a physical representation in your brain. Everything that happens in your brain correlates with what happens in your body. Your perceptions, thoughts, feelings, emotions, memories, images in your subconscious, which is your spirit, all influence what's happening in the brain. When influence is one, you influence everything. I'm going to just have you do a thought exercise. This is the beginning of connecting our head, our heart, and our gut. So just take time to write 3 statements, specifically starting with, I think. I'm just going to put a little music on, give you a few minutes. Has everyone had enough time to write a few statements down? Who would like to share what they think about themselves? or what they think about a situation. Go ahead, Jewel.
Okay. Number 1, I think beautiful, loving thoughts. Number 2, I think this summit has been excellent and valuable. Number 3, I think connection, love, and peace is exemplified by the attendees over this weekend.
That's beautiful. Those are lovely thoughts. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else want to share? Sorry, Jewel, are you wanting to continue? You're good? Okay. All parts. Being stuck in your head only gives you one perspective. Even those statements are thinking thoughts. There is so much more. The other two parts we're going to be talking about, of course, is the head and the gut. Your head doesn't have the ability to discern what's good or bad or wrong or right. It just hears, and your body reacts accordingly. So when you said, I think, and you wrote those statements, I think, did you feel that in your body? Where in your body? Where do you hold that think process or those thoughts? When you're in your head, you forget to pay attention to the messages in your body. Your body is speaking to you. Are you listening? This, for me, is so very, very interesting about the body. And when I do write, I love to find facts and proof as to the facts that our body is actually giving us messages. And it was Petra, who shared that our body speaks to us by way of sensation, pains, and sometimes ending with disease. Dr. Christian Northrup was an OBGYN in the United States where she treated her patients with medication or operations or whatever they needed. And they kept coming back and they weren't completely always cured and always experiencing other physical issues. And she often wondered, there's got to be more. There's just got to be more. And she wrote a book where I got this statement from, that goddesses never age. And she quoted this statement, which resonated with me deeply. Emotions don't have to get stuck in the connective tissue and energy system of your body, burying themselves even deeper with the passing years. When I read that statement, I had an aha moment. And that's because at 29, I was diagnosed with a rare connective tissue disease. I had been stuffing my emotions in my body. And as a result, I had been experiencing inflammation, pain, and aching. That for me was a huge awakening. Healing comes from a place within you. Again, the pain, sensations, diseases are your body's way of telling you to pay attention. And my belief is we all benefit when we have a holistic approach to human care. Our heart brain so resonates with this summit. Your heart has messages. All you need to do is listen. These messages are based on emotion and a knowing. Imagine asking your heart and getting the answer and knowing that it has that emotion and feeling in it. Your heart speaks. Did you know that your heart speaks more to your brain than in reverse? Listen, and the answers will be heard. I am going to give you a meditation on the mind, body, heart, body connection. It's absolutely beautiful. So please find a comfortable place to put your feet, relax your hands. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and relax your body. Feel a wave of relaxation flowing from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Become aware of your breathing. Allow the gentle in and out of your breath to take you into a deeper and quieter place. Now become aware of a place in your body that needs your attention. Perhaps it feels tense or painful or uncomfortable. Let your attention go to that part of your body. What is the emotion being held there? Now imagine that this part of your body has a voice and it can speak to you. Silently ask it what the discomfort is about. Listen patiently for the answer. Then ask what you can do to release the discomfort. If you can reach that place easily, place your hand on it. Imagine that you are breathing into the infinite well of love in your own heart, and then breathing that love down your arm and into your hand, and then into that part of your body that needs it. Continue doing that until you can feel a relaxation or an easing of the discomfort. Our bodies are such wonderful feedback devices. They will tell us everything we need to know if only we ask and listen. Now gently bring your awareness back to the room, and when you feel ready, open your eyes. Just realized I didn't have my light on, so I think I sat in shadow. Next, I'm just going to put some music on and have you take a couple of minutes to write down what you discovered from your body. What message did you hear? Our message is. Create these sentences beginning with, I feel or I felt. Who would be willing to share what they felt or what they feel was in their body? Sure, go ahead. Steve, you were up first.
My hand is usually up first, but I don't want to be a camera hog. But I'm happy to share. One of the things that I got while you were leading us through that meditation was the idea that not only is my heart and my head and my gut and all that connected, but that my body is like a physical body, like all of me is part of my sensing mechanism, which as I'm saying that, it sounds so obvious, but but it's how I experience the world. That there's so much to us and so much that is both known and unknowns. It's really cool. So what I shared when there were things that I wrote were, I feel connected to my body. I feel connected to the others in the summit, both those present and not. I feel my heart expand to embrace all in my awareness. And I feel hope, joy, and love for our collective and individual journeys.
Oh, awesome. That's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Jewel, you had your hand up at one point there, I think.
I did indeed. How on earth am I supposed to follow on from that one?
Oh, you know, it's yours. This is all yours. This is your body speaking to you and the message that you got. So it's your body, your message.
This is true. I would say that my bod and I have frequent conversations, so I'm used to this kind of thing, if you like. But I will put, I actually heard the phrases go, slow back, give yourself a break, which I appreciated. The sentences are short and punchy, so I feel blessed. I feel loved. When we started, I felt tension and a thickening in that area of my body, which is what I focused on. I felt heard. I felt sorrow. And the other thing I would say is that I gave thanks as well after receiving that, because that to me is very important to honor that connection.
I agree completely, absolutely, because these are experiences that we're experiencing in our body. These are messages that it lovingly gives to us. To thank your body or thank the experience or the words that you received is so very important, because they're all there to teach us a lot, and a lot of them are lessons to be learned.
Yes.
Thank you. So speaking from the heart, which is what you all did. I'm not sure, Olivia, if you'd like to share what you experienced from your body. That would be wonderful to hear, because it is speaking from your heart.
Well, it was interesting. I wasn't expecting this at all, but as I was writing those I think statements, right, I had written down, I think it's okay that I don't have all the answers. I think that it's okay that I can go find answers. And I felt like this pain during that body meditation, like my lower spine for some reason. And then just by placing my hand there and acknowledging that and asking, what is this that I'm feeling? What is this that I need? I really enjoyed that exercise, Maureen. The emotion word came up for me was stability and, can I stand up? Can I stand up on my own? Do I feel supported? And can I stand on my own 2 feet? And so with everything that I've been going through this summit, I didn't feel like that was underlying. And now it's, I am supported. My spine is strong. I can do spinal exercises, and I can stand up.
That's interesting.
And be in my own.
That part of your spine typically means exactly what you said, the stability, the ability to feel confident and competent enough and capable enough of supporting yourself. You've just transitioned. So that is a true representation of how you're maybe holding that in your body. So yeah, transition from your corporate to this. So can you stand up? Are you beautiful how you came to that on your own? And that's the process with all of us of truly listening to what your body messages tell you, as they are truth, especially from the heart. So when deciding how to speak from the heart, remember that every word spoken carries amazing power. And those were all very powerful words. Gut intelligence. Gain my research, my facts. I love them. I think they're great. Harvard Medical School research. The gastrointestinal tract is sensitive to emotion, anxiety, anger, sadness, elation. All these feelings and others can trigger symptoms in the gut. Troubled intestine can send signals to the brain, just as the brain can send signals to the gut. And the gut speaks more to the brain than the heart speaks to a brain rather than in reverse. Imagine that. Our gut speaks more to the brain. Let me go on. There's so much more it does for us. Gut communication from the American Psychology Association. One of the things that gut bacteria manufactures is about 95% of the body's supply of serotonin. This influences the mood and GI activity. Now, if your guts are not functioning properly by either food intake, stress, and I'll go on more about that, it can't possibly supply that serotonin to the brain. And the brain absolutely needs it to have the stability of our moods. On to the next point. Gut bacteria both produce and respond to the same neurochemicals, such as GABA. Now, I didn't know what that was. I don't know if anyone else does. I went and did that research also. So I'm just going to read what I found. GABA blocks or inhibits certain brain signals and decreases activity in your nervous systems. It produces a calming effect. It can help with feelings of anxiety, stress, and fear. Serotonin is another one. Neuropeptide, dopamine. I can't say that other one, sorry. Someone else can try it for me. And melatonin, that the brain uses to regulate mood and cognition. It's our guts. When we're given medication, they're meant to help the brain, yet have we forgotten a step here? Are we not looking at what is causing our moods, our depression, our fear and anxiety, because we've missed the most important component of our body, that third brain, the gut brain. Mood is a temporary state of mind or feeling. We know that. Cognition is perception, sensation, notion, or intuition. Love intuition. That's where it comes from, is our gut. Gut feeling. Have you ever said, I have that gut feeling? I sure have. Now I understand what that means. That's your intuition, and it's from your gut. The brain and GI system are intimately connected. This is especially true in cases where a person experienced gastrointestinal upset and no obvious physical cause. How many times have we heard that people haven't been diagnosed, haven't been able to be diagnosed with a GI upset or a possible heart issue? How many times have we heard undiagnosable conditions, invisible ones? We've heard someone speak about that earlier. What's the cause? Is it our emotions? Is it stuffing them and not releasing them and understanding them? I'm going to have you write from the gut. And it's sentences starting with I am, because our gut is our power. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to write, and then we can share again. Who would like to share their I am sentences? Okay, Jewel, go ahead.
My gut is rather big-headed, I might add, before I say any of this. Okay, here we go. I am amazing. I am exceptional. I am courageous. I am loved. I am grateful. I am appreciated. I am happy. I did say it was big-headed, but there you go.
Those are lovely. Thank you. Would anyone else like to share what their gut has to tell them today? No?
I'm always happy to share.
Oh, go ahead, Steve.
The first one I wrote was I am free, which a little bit of backstory on that. I have a monthly theme for myself and business, etc. And it is a keyword for each of the months that eventually evolves into something more. But the word that I had down for July is freedom. So, and usually it takes me just a couple of days to go from whatever that keyword is to more of a power statement. I just settled on the phrase "free to choose" within the last couple of days, so pretty far into the month, which is unusual for me. But really, I am free to choose. So to continue on with what I wrote down, I am free, I am loved, I am whole, and I would also add, I am happy.
That's lovely. I love that. Those are words. Those are words I say all the time. They just resonated with me 100%. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oops. Off. Next.
And I had written down.
I didn't realize you wanted to share. Go ahead.
That's okay. Oh, I just like I am satisfied. I'm content. I'm clear.
Awesome.
I'm abundant.
I love those. I love those. So it's the head, the heart, and the gut. Using the three brains gives you the ability to tap into the whole power of you. When you wrote those statements of I think, I feel, I am, and you combined them together, how did they feel differently in your body? What sensations did they give you when I said I think? It's like, for me, it's like, yeah, okay, I think. Then I connect to my heart and go, wow, okay, I really feel that. I get that. And then my gut, it's like, I got it. It's there. It's mine. So when you learn to connect to each brain and speak from each brain, it gives you different perspectives and understanding. Now, all of us have dominant brains when we're talking about the head, heart, and gut. Some of us are head, some of us are heart, some of us are gut. We all have a dominant brain. What this exercise essentially does is it helps you see what and how do I talk and write on a daily basis. Do I talk from my head where I say I think? Do you talk from the heart where you say I feel? Do you talk from the gut where you say I am? Figure that out. Spend a day just connecting to where and how you say that. What do you use? Which three do you use more dominantly throughout a day? And then decide which one you want to start using more of so you can create that whole power and become that true powerful being of understanding the head, the heart, and the gut, and combining them together and helping them to work together synchronously. I'd be interested to hear some of the outcomes of that. Does anyone want to share? Do they know which one they use most? Jewel?
I'm going to be a pain to you now because my book is actually about reconnecting in order to recover from chronic illness. And I have gone out of my way to reconnect with each one of those so that they have lots of chats and so forth. Yes. And the divine spiritual element is the fourth connection, if you like.
Okay,
in addition to be fair, cellular memory.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So it goes a bit further, if you like, in a slightly different way. But it is something.
So much we could connect together here. I love that you brought that up. Thank you.
I would be. I very quickly went into your free gift and I was going, oh yes, I've got to know more about it, So I will look forward to chatting with you if you're willing. But it is something where when you've gone through a rough time, you look for answers. Necessity being the mother of creation and all that. And I found that I wasn't getting well because I wasn't connected. All the little bits weren't having a chat, or they were being ignored, frankly, poor things. Whereas now, that connection has actually enabled me to help others and help them connect back in much the way I'm sure that your work has done. So thank you for what you do. I've enjoyed that. And I will now shut up so that Steve, whose hand is up, can...
Yeah, your hand is up continuously, Steve. We love you when to talk to us.
I didn't realize my hand was up if it is. But I'm happy to share, and honestly my words will echo Jules in that, at least this part of it will, that I have worked really hard to integrate the different brains rather than just relying on the one in my head.
Lovely.
Because while the one in my head got me pretty far along on my journey, it didn't feel very good. It's the way I look at it now, and I'll talk about it later tonight, is I think about it as 3 different accounts or 3 different buckets that we have to fill, right? And there's the heart, there's the mind, and for me, my 3 are a little bit different, but it's really, and one of the things that I have gotten to realize, kind of combining both my heart and my head and my gut, is that while I was thinking that I needed to have an equal proportion for each one of those things, that in color theory, if you actually had an equal part of, say, red, green, and blue, which is what we are all seeing right here on our screen, in digital format, all colors are made of red, green, and blue. And if you have an equal part of red, green, and blue, you actually end up with gray, which is not a very exciting color. But if we vary the degrees, the amounts in each one of those areas in a way that is appropriate to who we are and where we are and what we're trying to do, then we get a much more pleasing and powerful palette.
Love that. Thank you. Olivia, did you want to share?
Now, I'm really excited for that exercise you shared. So I definitely would like to follow up with you about, just taking that one day and paying attention to what's coming out. And I'd be curious to know what, my dominant brain is.
Yes, isn't that interesting that we don't know that?
And you're so good about, just paying it, because I've worked with you before about just paying attention to the words and, what words are coming at me. And if I like them, do I like that word, and writing them down, as in creating my values. So I've been doing that too, like just paying attention to the words I'm using, words other people using, words I'm reading.
Being aware.
And being aware, yeah.
Great. At this point, I just want to share a very, very personal story. I know Olivia is aware of what happened 4 weeks ago. I had a bowel obstruction caused from a narrowing of one of my intestinal wall area because of the bowel perforation I had experienced 22 years ago, and ended up in ER. And the fast way, a joke on here, fastest way to get access to a bed in ER is to pass out in the waiting room. You get in real quick. However, what happened to me for the first time, and I've had bowel issues because of the ongoing scarring and narrowing, for the first time in my life, I went into a deep, deep depression within hours after I came home from the hospital. And they had sent me home with morphine, and I contemplated suicide. That's how deep down I went. And just like another speaker, I'm sorry, I don't remember the name, said, oh, I know who it was. It was my children that brought me back from that brink of not wanting to take all those morphine pills. I knew I couldn't do that to them. And then my husband, sorry, I'm very emotional. It's only been a month. However, as I came out the other side of it, I came to realize why I had been so deep and depressed and suicidal. It's because my bowels had quit working. They had quit producing the necessary dopamine that I needed, the CABA, the serotonin, so my brain could function and figure out how to keep living in this body that was in such severe pain that I needed to continue to move on and live for my life. So I've come to realize, and my intention is to do more research into this and connect with the healthcare professionals. What is really causing our depression? What's bringing us to the suicidal thoughts? What happens in our guts when we have the lack of improper food, the heightened stress, the non-functioning of what's going on, a physical abnormality? Is it our guts or is it our brain? I'm going to leave that with you. It is a question that I'm looking to have answered, and I want to have access to those that are willing to do the research with me. That is an area that gut health has been missed truly, And we're missing so much of the knowledge from our guts. I've got more to go on to here, and I see the time's getting away. My goodness. Stress. We just talked about that. So here's a picture with our kidneys. The kidneys, and on top is the little clouds. That's where our adrenal glands, and that's where cortisol is produced and released from. So when we have stress and we have those emotions that aren't acknowledged, our body does release the cortisol. It's our hormone, and that's how our body copes with the stress. Let's move over. We experience the aching, the sensations, the physical illnesses. One of them is Addison's disease. You know, one of the symptoms of that disease is low blood pressure, because you're producing so much cortisol that your body just goes into shock and just reduces, and low blood pressure. Asthma, that's another one. That is also a stress response. Dr. Gabor Mate says that children who have asthma have experienced stress in their house. I have asthma, and I was raised with my dad who was a war vet and has lived with PTSD all of his life. And there were nights he would scream out. And I didn't understand what was going on until I was 15. And the first time I was diagnosed with asthma, I was 16. Memories, as you were saying, that, you know, emotions are a memory and are held in the body, the cellular level. Emotions, another study based on a 2014 study by Dr. Glarin and his colleagues, who researched 13 emotions and the corresponding body parts that they are activated or don't activate. I'm just going to show you some examples of where they are held in our bodies. Anxiety, it's in our head. During the times of anxiety, stop, take a few deep cleansing breaths. Ask your heart, what do I do right now? Because remember, your heart gives you those beautiful messages. Blame, the emotion is held in our head. Shame, the torso and head decreases in the arms, legs, and feet. Guilt, the emotion is held in the gut and not releasing. Anger, the upper half of the body, arms, also some activation in legs and feet. And these are just a few of where our emotions are held in the body. Happiness. Happiness is experienced throughout the whole body. This is where, when you experience all those other states, or if you're sad or mad or angry and your face is all drawn, and you know, really, the simplest thing is to change your state by smiling. How can, you know, just sit there and be sad for a few seconds and then smile? It's like, did you change your state? How did your body feel in that moment when you went from sad and angry to happy? It changed your whole demeanor. It completely changed who you are and how you felt in that moment. One of my favorites, power of words have the ability to create a moment and the strength to destroy a moment. They sure do. Words have vibration. It's the vibration of the words that create the reality that surrounds us. Think about your words for a moment. Habits, words that we habitually choose, also affect what we experience in the body and your environment. The new word that I'm hearing all the time is, that's crazy. Really? Is it really crazy? Do you want it to be crazy? I don't. I want it to be an experience. Give it a better word. Understanding. Two people can experience the exact same sensations or vibrations of the words differently in their body by virtue of the label they put on the experience. So I may say one word to all of you, and we've all experienced that, and we all understand it and feel it differently. Like the words for me come to me with vibrations. I feel words. I've always felt words, good, bad, or otherwise. I've always felt the vibration, the wave of words coming towards me. And because of my experiences, from the way I was raised in my family, from what I've done in my world, in my life, because of my understanding, I experience it differently in my body than you would. We all do. So when you're speaking, remember, people are not understanding it the way you may be putting it out there. The next one, loving you. There's so much we can do to understand emotional intelligence. And this is just a few snippets of what I can share. One of the things I truly learned that helped me to be emotionally connected and understanding myself and my emotions is loving me. So loving you, when you love yourself, others will also love you. And it's just a beautiful exchange of energy, that love energy. Love is natural. It's a natural exchange of energy. A smile to one person makes you feel good in them also. The energy is felt within you and others. It's a feel-good feeling. Sharing love, saying the words, I love you, or simply sending the words energetically to the person you see in front of you, or someone you feel that needs it most. This is when all your expectations of love are realized. Loving all parts, absolutely. Love all parts of yourself, inside and out. Your body, your home, your work, your relationships, etc. This gives you freedom to just be. No judgment. Loving yourself and others is precious, and it's safe. It is truly safe. Just because you feel that you're gonna have a problem, you're gonna get hurt when you open your heart, truly not. When you open your heart to love you, others love you, and love will come back. Love unconditionally with peace in your heart and a smile on your face. Send out to the universe how you want to be loved. It will come back. Try it for 1 minute, 1 hour, and 1 day. Have curiosity. Observe people and situations with curiosity, with hope that the love you share is making a difference in the world and around you. We all needed love in these last 16, 18 months. We truly all did. The world needs love. We need more of it. I could think of a zillion songs to sing. Of course, I don't know if you want to hear me sing about love. So just love yourself. Loving yourself is not selfish. It's a gift to you. Love more. To love more, to love better, and to love often, from my heart to yours. I just want to identify these are my statements alone. The benefits of emotional intelligence is learning how to feel safe enough to articulate needs on an emotional level. Understanding and knowing how to put words into feelings. We've not been taught that in this Western culture. We've been taught in our head how to add 1 to 1. We've not been taught how to understand, to put words or feelings into words. Recognize when these ignored emotions are causing physical disease. Increased physical and emotional health and success in your life by reducing burnout. Steve, I got it. I had quit a job because I had burnt out, gave too much of myself. Head to heart. That's why I named my company Head to Heart. We all need to open our hearts and feel brave enough to speak our truth. Working with me, I've got that free gift of the MindBody Connection. I have a 12-week program with a 1-hour free introductory healing session. You will receive improved health, emotionally, physically, connecting to and speaking your truth, perform your best at work, and become your own best friend. Thank you all for listening. Appreciate this opportunity to speak from my heart.
Beautiful, Maureen. Thank you. Thank you so much. And yes, that will be ongoing research that we'll be looking forward to about recognizing, more about that, the head, heart, and gut brains. Indeed. And thank you for sharing that. It's amazing,